Welcome back to the podcast, everyone. I am Will, and I've got my co-host over here, the Grease. Say hello, Grease.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
Good. You messed it up again with the audio. It's fine. Whenever you touch buttons, it never works. Whenever I touch the buttons, the magic happens. So
no, I switched it to the. It was on Roadcaster.
No, it was not. You did whatever you did every time you do the thing you do, and it made the audio source for the YouTube viewers be your computer. But everyone, don't worry, never fear. Will has saved the day again. Welcome to a new year. Welcome to a brand new podcast. So glad that you're here.
2022, dude. I've been like posting it everywhere because I'm stoked about it.
I'm aware.
I know you follow me on socials.
No.
I think. Do
you know what? You know, can I give a pet peeve?
You get alerts.
Can I get? No, I don't. I actually do not. I get a badge inside of Facebook down in the notifications, but I don't get a push.
It's an exclamation point and like a warning.
No, it's just like a 1 or a 25, depending on how many content pieces are there for me. But can I say, you know what a pet peeve of mine is?
Yeah.
As a grammar, some would say a grammar aficionado. I hate when people refer to social media as either socials or the socials. Like you follow me on socials.
Okay, so
really bothers me. It just doesn't sound, it's not appropriate use of the term.
What level of pet peeve is that?
It's high up there, unfortunately.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's high.
It's unfortunately a high one on my list.
How do you feel about like Kroger's and Walmart?
You know, I just try to stay away from them.
Going to the mountains.
The mountains are referring to the mountains.
No, it's
social media.
It's a lot of single
no.
mountain.
But here's the problem: social media is already plural. Like Facebook is a social media.
Oh, the media.
No, and so social media is plural.
It's not.
And
plural.
So social,
it has to have an S.
Social is describing the media.
Yeah, but you have to pluralize it.
No, media is a plural word, like deer.
Okay, that. You can't use the same freaking word for 1 and for 10.
Well, first of all,
that's an English language fault.
No, first of all, media isn't the same word for 1 and multiple. Medium is singular.
Okay, we're talking about spiritual beings.
No, we're talking about a vessel, a medium,
like a spaceship.
A social medium would be Facebook. Social media would be Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
Okay, no one says that.
We're losing viewers.
I'm just saying no one believes you.
Everyone believes me. And all I was saying was that the only person that actually matters on this,
Georgia.
Natalie says you are so right, Will. Anyhow, it was a pet peeve of mine, but I won't let it ruin my life. So there's many other things that will do that for me. I don't need to let a pet peeve about the socials. You follow me on socials, don't you?
You have alerts.
Drives me crazy.
I think I'm pretty sure because every time I post something, like literally you text me like, what did you mean by that?
Well, no, that today you said that, and that's because it was a patron responded to something clearly I didn't write and said, what do you mean by that? And I was like, what did you mean by what you said? Anyhow, dadgummit.
Yeah, there's a few things where it's like we're both the podcast, but I'm pretty sure everybody on YouTube knows that if I am in chat on YouTube, it's 99% Grease.
No, they just know based off of the crap that's being said who it is.
You're the only one that can super chat.
Which is for the best.
I feel like that is
for the best
because I'm not the greatest, with like
money,
budgeting. Yeah. No,
finances.
I'm great with money, Will. I'm not great at budgeting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're not conservative with your funds.
Oh, no. Yeah. Here's the deal. I know how to use money like so well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just not good with the budget part.
Well,
we're saving it.
All right. So speaking of using money here in 2022, hopefully a lot of people are going to be coming through our city as they have been for years.
And we're coming. That guy, we know that guy.
So Specifically, they've been doing a lot of upgrades at our airport over the last couple of years.
Right.
Putting a lot of local stuff in, a lot of local restaurants and things like
And
that.
it's beautiful. Have you been? Have you seen the new section?
Yeah, sorry, I had a tickle in my throat. Can I explain my tickle in my throat real quick, by the way?
Oh my gosh. Are you talking about your
75 degrees yesterday in our town.
Yes.
And we woke up with like 3 inches of snow.
Yes.
And it's like 12 degrees. So when you have the AC on, when it's 75 degrees and you go to bed and your heat kicks on,
Right.
you end up with a tickle in your throat.
Right.
So I'll survive through this, but
or when you kiss my arms. Because
they're furry.
The hair gets back there.
Yeah, but we will say as well, we won't be live next Monday night.
We're not?
Okay. Do you want to go live next Monday instead of going into Indianapolis? I love that I have to tell him his schedule.
No, you're so right.
Yeah, so we won't be live next week. So
Dang.
I had to make sure I was here.
I mean, unless you need I
want to watch the game. What are you talking about? Oh, Will's going to go live. Hey, no one.
Yeah, no one. Yeah, that's true. No one's going to be watching. I mean, there's a couple of podcasters that have reached out to me. We're going to try to meet up.
Cool.
I gotta what pour do you think? Okay, let's just say Georgia goes and crushes Alabama. Kirby Smart's the first coach that came from under Kirby Smart to under Saban to beat Saban.
Yeah, is it crazy that is it crazy? I would love, more than anything for Alabama not to get another national championship, but it's like I don't want Kirby to get it. Like I'm fine with Georgia getting it, but I just don't want Kirby Smart to get it. Why are you making that face?
What are you talking? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
You don't like he's cussed a couple of times?
No, that's nothing to do with that. I think he's just kind of a doofus. Okay. Cool. Now I know your pet peeve.
I love Auburn.
I just said I'm totally all in on Georgia. I want Georgia to win. I just wish it weren't Kirby Smart.
Who do you Mark Richt?
I mean, I loved Mark Richt. I mean, yeah, I'm not wrong, right?
Okay. What pour should I take to the national championship?
You should not, because you'll get it.
I'll leave it. I'm going to leave it in the car.
Okay. Take the rest of that Michter's 20.
You know what I should do?
I
should take this Cath that I got from Eric.
Yeah, I'm wearing the shirt he sent me. Go to Whiskey Mutant on Instagram.
Yes.
This is like a dare.
I bought one of those.
Dare to keep kids off drugs, but it's like the old, kids, high school, middle school thing.
Yeah, we get it.
It says pair. I'm talking to the people on the podcast feed.
Right.
It says pair everything in that font, because as you learned on this show, pair everything. Take that Michter's 20. Because I think that's a celebratory sample. I know it's ours.
The 25.
25.
It's a 25.
That the likes, Dan and Julie Light gave it to us. I think even though that it's ours together,
well, but
I think you should take it and celebrate with it.
Okay, should I share it with the other podcasters? No, because that would be before the game.
Right. Just celebrate the guy that I'm
going. No. The guy that I'm going with, he likes bourbon. He just doesn't. This would kind of fall short for him.
With him. Just savor it.
I don't do anything like this or anything close to it by myself.
You're not. You're doing it with the knowledge that Georgia just won the national championship.
I would much rather.
I'm just telling you to have my half ounce.
That is I appreciate your sweetness.
You're not allowed to take it then if you're not going to do it.
I think you got to be under 6 seconds, because that's the sweetness song.
No,
and I called you sweetness.
Move on. I'm just saying, I think that's what you should celebrate with.
Okay, that's fair. That's not what I'm doing.
Well, then that's dumb. Then don't ask me the question.
Well, I thought you would come up with a better answer.
No, there's actually no better answer than that. No, that's a heck of a celebratory pour.
I agree.
I don't think you know how to celebrate things.
Hey, you know what? Oh, you know what, though? Dan and Julie, huge Florida fans. That would kind of be a burn. It'd be a sick burn.
Yeah. Oh, I love not like Oh, I'm going to go celebrate. Thanks, Will, for sharing your ounce.
No. I'm thinking about somebody just
Give me some of that Georgia whiskey.
I can't.
Let's drink some Georgia whiskey
No, but here,
tonight.
do I put it in this and then siphon it back out
in your catheter? It says Primo Fit. Primo Fit.
Y'all, this is
external urine management for male anatomy.
No, this is
what that means.
This is non-obtrusive.
It doesn't go internal.
It doesn't go internal. No, it just you literally just pee into this. Like you don't have to.
It has kind of a
yeah. There's a little secure system.
Condom.
Right.
These drawings are something else.
They're killer drawings. Like all I want to do is make a poster out of that and put it above my bed.
How about this? Is the wicking chamber? That's a heck of a.
What does that do?
Well, that's where it's absorbing.
They've got all these Kama Sutra positions back here too. Like you could just. Yeah.
Moving on.
Eric, I mean, thank you for the reading. I mean, it's even got pictures and everything.
Zach Jones with the joke of the night already says Grease needed one of those at Meemaw's house.
It's Memo, but yes.
All right, so I'm going to go back to what we were talking about the airport before I distracted you. So, the airport, there's a Barista Parlor, which is a local coffee shop. They have a location in there. There's other local restaurants. I think there's like a Hattie B's in the airport now. But in Terminal C
now, must be the Hattie.
There's
do they do that?
No. There's a new restaurant called Three Casks. And it opened in December, so of just a few days ago, and it's really cool because it's a stop on the Tennessee Whiskey Trail. The spirits in there are only from Tennessee Whiskey Trail group members like Jack Daniels, George Dickel. We've got Leaper's Fork, Company Distillers now, and the list goes on. But there was a really cool thing because our buddy Heath Clark, who was with Heath Clark or H. Clark Distillery, now with Company Distillery, with Jeff Arnett. And we're going to have both of them on the show soon in the new year. But he's really involved in actually spearheaded getting the Tennessee Whiskey Trail started. And he was there for the opening of this. And I think let's show that video because I think it's kind of cool. So I go to brand, right? So if you're listening, there's a video that goes along with this, but we're going to play it now for those watching. And you'll see Heath leading something through the airport. And we're going to tell you what it is after we play this real quick. So that is an actual still, like a moonshine still, that was confiscated by the Franklin County Sheriff's Department, which is like near Lynchburg, just a few years ago.
And there's some insanely hilarious.
Yeah, it
ties
borderline like the most Tennessee thing you've ever. But if at the beginning of the video you saw there was a sheriff's deputy there, and I believe one of the guys in the suit was actually the sheriff of Franklin County. So George Dyer is his name, but he was one of the ones that that confiscated this. So that copper moonshine still was on Sherwood Mountain,
right? Sherwood,
yeah, like Sherwood Forest,
right?
And the still maker's name is Robin Hood.
Yes.
Which is hilarious.
Was it Robin Hood something, or was it Robin
just
first name?
According
Hood last
to
name?
Heath Clark, it just says his name Robin Hood.
All right. Well, we got a couple of questions, but not too many.
Then the Franklin County Sheriff. I love this part because it's just super Tennessee, and it says, Franklin County Sheriff who donated it. So they donated the still to sit in the restaurant. It's in the restaurant in the airport. He says he's family. One brother was his preacher. The other brother married his cousin. And he still helps them on their farm, which it's like we give Grease a hard time about his Northeast Georgia roots, but I just love that. It's super cool. Dude, all the food is made from scratch there. They have like barbecue and smoked things. And
one of those farm to table things?
Yeah, it looks really fun. So check that out whenever you're going through Nashville, leaving, go a little early, check out it. Or if you arrive,
Go see everybody's cousin down there in them.
Go get some whiskey. They have craft beer from local breweries and things, and it's called Three Casks in Terminal C.
Yeah.
So or Concourse C.
Yeah, you can get all the terminal. You can get all the terminals.
And John White says, "Can we get an update on tickets for Whiskey Weekend?" Well, you should be paid in full.
John White, yeah. Okay, so we've got a deadline coming up of January 31st, I guess, or no 30th. There's no 31st.
Yeah,
no, there is 31. 30 days, half September, April, June, November.
Yeah, there's 31 days.
There's 31 days in January. So on the 31st day, everybody needs to be paid in full. If you haven't, you pretty much just lose your tickets.
Yeah, and there's a long waiting list.
Yeah.
Not everyone on that waiting list will be able to go.
Correct.
But some people will get the opportunity to scoop up some of those that get relinquished.
Yeah. And so if you want to get on that waiting list, I mean, there's always a chance. Whiskeytainment.com, WHISKEYTAINMENT.com. And you can go ahead and fill out that form, and that's not your ticket. That's not your. It's just a place in line, and we'll get to you if you're available to do it. So, yeah. John, if you haven't gone to whiskeytainment.com and gotten in line, please do so, because there is a chance, my friend.
Yeah,
I'm super excited. There's two. I mean, we've had two really cool wins recently. As far as the main event time, and we're very excited.
Yeah,
there's a lot of good things this year. This year is definitely, and Will would agree with this.
I hate when I don't know what you're gonna say. This is second pet peeve of the night.
Really,
I hate when I don't know what you're gonna say, but you say, and Will would agree with this. Like you're giving validity.
No, that I stress
the
you
reason
out.
You have to say Will would agree with this is you're having to say, like, no one's going to believe what I say, so I have to give validity to it by saying Will would agree, but I don't know where you're going with it yet.
No, I was just saying that you would agree that at Whiskey Weekend I panic you.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. I was gonna say.
Also, you panic me about most things.
Right. But
that's why I don't follow you on socials.
Because you panic, I know that I'm pushing the mold. And would you say that this year we've stepped it up a pretty big notch?
I'm not going to validate what you just said entirely, and especially in public.
Because you're scared.
No, I think the event, yes, 100% is great, but and is going to be, so much. Every year it gets infinitely better. But you slipped in there before that part to catch me. A less clever guy would not have caught it. But what you said was, I stress you and push the mold, and we've got an incredible event.
Yeah.
So I would have said yes, but I don't agree with your tactic of the pushing and stressing to get there, because I do think that sometimes you overstep every time.
Nope.
I do think sometimes every time you overstep, including this time.
Right.
Including this time.
Yeah.
So therefore,
okay.
This is why we don't do live shows.
Yeah, but you would say I overpromise, underdeliver a lot.
Exclusively. I have yet to see you over deliver and under promise.
No, well, as it stands right now, I'm under promising.
No.
Right now?
No.
To the public?
No.
I'm just excited. That's all I've said.
The event of Whiskey Weekend is always the best time of our lives.
Well, you know what? The bourbon.
So that's all we have to say.
The bourbon junkies are coming, and we get to hang out with them on multiple days. We've only done like 12 hours at a time with them, and I'm excited to go 72 with these guys.
We'll see if we survive.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we do.
All right, so
Sean definitely doesn't. Can we just go ahead and say that? Yeah. Like Sean, literally, like he's gonna go hard night 1, day 2. He's not gonna be able to do it. Like he's
Yeah.
like he's gonna be like Nathan, I need a cold bath. What? He does. He's gonna smell so bad.
That's
He's
not what Nathan's there for.
No.
People just can go take their own baths.
No, he doesn't need Nathan for that, but he'll need Nathan.
That's the way you described the happenings.
He'll need Nathan for like, I don't know, like give me a sub sandwich.
All right. So one of the other things we're going to talk about tonight,
Nathan
is,
would bring a doctor to the room. He would. Like Nathan would find a
I know
doctor.
this verbal cues. 2022 is going to be the year I don't get as stressed out on lives. So I just give up. But I'm hoping you can take verbal cues better. Like I'd started to
That's
move
a great
on,
resolution.
and you're like, man, I've got one more thing I need to say, even though it's not going to matter. It's like not really going to add to the conversation. It's like Will's already moved on, but I really would like to say this one more thing.
Okay, you were here, folks, when Will Haynes drops the most passive-aggressive New Year's resolution on the planet.
Yeah. Not only did I give mine, but I forced one upon you.
Yeah, it's my resolution that I need you to accomplish for me. Yeah. No, that's for you. I'm right there with you, bro.
Well, I mean, it's sort of what you did earlier with your little and Will would agree with me.
Yeah.
And I stress you out, but everything's something but being better. So I would agree if we could just be on the same page from day one, maybe everything would be perfect.
I will be equally passive aggressive for my resolution too.
Okay.
I hope that you let me Japanese beetle you on the stage at Whiskey Weekend. Batch 3.
I don't even know what that means.
Batch 4. I mean, batch 4.
First of all, that was.
Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen Japanese beetles in heat?
You said the most.
Patrick's seen it. Patrick's been in a movie with them.
Once again, you've already failed at my New Year's resolution where I asked you to take more verbal cues to move on, and you still aren't getting.
I don't want to move on. If I sense that you're going to move on, no, because then you'll start moving on. Then it'll be rude if I interrupt you and bring it back. I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
Okay. I don't care.
Saying Patrick was in a movie with freaking Japanese beetles in heat was a perfect. Like that's got Hallmark written all over it.
All right.
It's called Cougars and Bees. Y'all look it up.
Grease wanted to do a what he calls a special video, which is actually just our YouTube content.
Special.
He calls them special videos instead of just YouTube content or a YouTube video.
Yeah.
He always drives me crazy. I'm like, stop calling it that. I go, technically the live is the special content.
I wonder if
he's doing this thing again.
I know. I wonder if Dan and like Matt Porter and all those like our Whiskey Tube family, I wonder if like they've like caught up on it and like, dude, like Grease.
They do not watch.
Grease wants to be he wants to be cool and young so bad. That he calls them.
Hey y'all, we're on the socials giving you a special video.
It's called onlyfans.com.
All right. So Grease was he gets to a new level. This is going to be a little segment we call divisional shift. So instead of doing full episodes now, we're going to take the news of the day and take it down to like
just tell you how it's going to be
10 minutes of divisional shift because Grease always has like, see, divisional shift.
Right.
But this is not
that's so podcast in the pocket.
I wanted to talk about this, and Grease goes, what if we do a special video on it and we go right to camera and it's one of our extra things? And I go, I don't know. First of all,
you just call them videos.
Well, yeah, we've been over that. But then on top of that, I go, why would we, if it's opinion and banter, that's not like conversation, that's more suited for the live show. And you're like, nah, but like we could like plan what we're going to say and it be opinions. And I'm like, okay. That still seems like more work than us just having a discussion. And you're like, yeah, but it could be good. And I'm like, but then I'd have to like script out because I don't know what I want to say and all this. And what are you doing? Why are you giving the side eye?
Don't worry about it.
Why are you doing the side eye?
Felicia's over there freaking in heat.
What is your deal tonight? You start off so great.
I did start off well.
And then you're reverting back to unhealthy grease.
Well, Patrick took that beanie off, one of our beanies. our podcast.
All right.
ratings.
So all that to say is
And
this
that
is
name
the
came out, and I just got
this is the third iteration of the divisional shift. So something that was overlooked for most of the year back in that stimulus package where people got an extra $1,200-$1,500 or whatever back in March. They gave you money, but they're going to get it back on the end run around. And because typically when you do something like that and it's passed through like through them, they try to offset the revenue. They make it revenue neutral, as they call it.
Now, I will
And
say
so-
this: if you put it in crypto, though, if you get it early and you make some good, decisions.
How many good decisions did you end up making?
Not a lot.
There you go. So if you take that, though, and one of the ways that they make these bills revenue neutral is by adding revenue collection mechanisms. And they were able to update or direct the Internal Revenue Service to update their reporting requirements for third-party transaction services. So
Right. Your
things
your
like-
Venmos, your PayPals.
yeah,
Your Cash
honestly,
apps.
anything that is a third-party processor that's not a bank. So even like Ticketmaster, if you get paid out through this service,
Oh yeah,
more than
yeah. They'll
more than $600 gross over the course of a year, then you're going to get a 1099. Now, there's caveats to it because it is supposed to only be for business income. So the common usage of PayPal and Venmo to pay a friend, split the bill at dinner, those things aren't supposed to technically trigger the 1099. Now,
that's actually why they have a friends and family. It's not
right.
just to
That
save
is
fees.
the purpose of like the friends and family is that it's not goods and service. It doesn't have like the buyer protection. So with PayPal, they already have a pretty clear way to distinguish between goods and service sales and among friends transactions, paying somebody back for something.
Hanging with your homies, bro.
Right. So that PayPal's already got a way to designate it. Now people abuse that system, whatever. But then there's the other side of it, like Venmo, which is primarily quick transactions with people where I think there is a way to set it for goods and services, but the vast majority of transactions, people aren't doing it's defaulting to, I'm going to send this to you real quick. I'm going to do a emoji of like a whiskey glass because you got drinks the other night. It's that quick transaction. So all this to say,
You're a quick transaction.
Is that at the end of this year, there's going to be a lot of people that were doing things through these apps unless they are very clear that could trigger getting a 1099.
Right.
Now, that would mean if you get the 1099, that company also sent that 1099 to the Internal Revenue Service.
Yeah, they're aware.
So they're aware of the money. Now, if you have the money and say that it's over-reported, you, through your accountant, through your filing, can show like these said goods and services, but it was actually a garage sale. And actually the amount of goods sold was a loss. So I'm not taxed on that. Right. Like that would be a valid thing. Or even my dumb brother, every time I took him out to dinner and I picked up the bill and he paid me back, he never selected friends and family. That
was hypothetical.
I don't have a brother.
I know, dude.
Yeah.
I was freaking out over here.
So there's all these,
dude. You sold that, dude. So
all these to say there's hypotheticals that could trigger this, where you would then have the burden of explaining to the IRS why it's not taxable income.
I typically have that burden.
This is all preamble
Right.
to say is that Grease goes, aha,
Yeah.
divisional shift.
That's how it works.
We're going to take down the secondary market, and the IRS is the tool of which it will happen. And Grease, why do you think that this new reporting requirement for third-party transactions could lead to the downfall, or could be the beginning of the end of the secondary market?
Okay. Well, I've since done some research, Will. And by research, I mean I sat in your office and had a slight conversation with you about this.
Okay.
And so you've already told me that my thinking was not correct because of the way you just explained it.
Sure.
Originally, my theory was that even friends and family amounts were going to get triggered for at least it to say, like, at least it's on their radar. Not necessarily they know what it's for or anything like that, but they're just seeing like a bunch of money going back and forth. And if one account, they'll just know if there's a surplus, big time surplus, even if it is friends and family. Now, you have said that they specifically said, or PayPal is
right. Well, in the regulations themselves, it's for business income. It's these apps aren't supposed to be reporting.
Okay,
1099.
So PayPal is not required to submit that.
Right.
Could the IRS subpoena PayPal for those records? I mean, I feel even if it's not a part of the regulation, it would take a lot.
Well, I think here would be the thing. It would have to be, first of all, I think you'd be on PayPal's radar, like accounts that are.
Yeah, I mean, if you're positive 40 grand, from friends and family on PayPal, you're probably getting a call.
And there are people that I've heard of that get locked out of PayPal for abusing it.
Right.
Like they figure it out.
Yeah, you don't want to put whiskey on.
So you theoretically could get locked out, or your account, or PayPal could be like, you know what, this seems sketchy. We're going to go ahead and issue a 1099K. And they have to figure it out.
They have to figure it out.
So that could be a situation where you're doing a lot of work.
So then the seller of whiskey is now gonna, like, you're gonna be required to show how that number is there.
Well, and this is
refute
something.
It. And how do you refute it?
This is even something that that you and I were talking about back when in one of the original divisional shift things. Is I'm like, theoretically, if you're selling something for a profit that's your own property, you theoretically are supposed to be reporting that as income anyways, especially if you're buying $100 bottle and flipping it for, I still have a little bit of whiskey here. And selling, say George C. Stagg, buy it for $100 and sell it for $900.
Right.
Like that's a big profit. Theoretically, that's going to hit definitely over the $600 threshold.
Right. And a lot of people have access to a lot of picks. And so, if you've gotten a couple of Pappies this year, if you've gotten, an Eagle Rare SAS 18, if you've gotten an OFC, if you've gotten a Michter's 20, like, you can make some really big money there.
Sure.
That you're probably not going to receive that much, or like push out that much money, except to, yourself, like, hey, put that in my account so I can use it. Or I wonder if at this point, if they move that into crypto, that's just a question. I mean, I guess they would still, they still know.
No, it's still the income. Yeah, you're still receiving that income.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much you spend out of it.
That's true. Anyway, a lot to think about there. But that, that's where I thought, I didn't know that PayPal, I didn't know in the regulations that could be avoided, and they already have the infrastructure to do it. Venmo, they just now added the goods and services, literally like 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't
but you have to go and select it.
Yeah. So, and that's part of the thing is like Cash App and Venmo. Some of those that are more for the purpose of like quick paying people. PayPal has been around a lot longer. It's so synonymous with like eBay that it was kind of built on the platform of sales. But then when you look at things like Venmo that are, I mean, most babysitters take Venmo over everything, that's where you have to start thinking about what are the implications. And that's why, I mean, before with anything, I would tell everyone to go see in what the service itself is saying in their terms and services, because they're updating. I know our buddy Aaron already got an update from Ticketmaster or StubHub, one of the two, because he had sold at a loss, actually, tickets to the Ryder Cup, I think, and it was actually at a loss, but he had 4 tickets, and that was over the $600 threshold. And it said, hey, based off your activity last year, looks like you'd probably be, in order to sell more, you're gonna have to put in your social, so that we can generate a 1099K for you to continue to use this.
Yeah.
That being said, he would have gotten the 1099K and would have had to document why he didn't owe taxes on let's say he sold it for $1,200. He spent like $4,000 on the tickets.
Right. But
why he didn't have to pay tax 100 on that, because so that's where it is going to get wonky, but it does affect people in the whiskey hobby
Mm-hmm.
that sell or trade or do anything and quick pay people, because that's kind of the cash of today.
Yeah.
People are using electronic payment, and even like Zelle, which is tied to your bank account. Like that's a third party payment. People sometimes will Zelle you money, send you like that's another one of these services that could, if people aren't looking at it, I would say on the broad spectrum of like you could receive something that then you're trying not to pay taxes on because you don't owe taxes. Like there's a lot of people that are going to get this that don't owe taxes on something. But you were bringing it up in the context of does it almost already shoot up more prices in the secondary prices of say a 30%, like just max out the self-employment income, whatever you would pay on that if it's a miscellaneous income fee,
because
do all the prices immediately get inflated?
Like you might be doing friends and family, but it's at PayPal's discretion to share that information with the IRS. So you like, even if you're like, oh, I won't have to mark mine up, I can undersell it and be fine and just do friends and family.
Right.
And it doesn't work that way.
And if you don't have receipts or validation or something, or even records,
you won't even have anything to write off at that
how
point.
do you show, no, that was something I sold at a loss?
Right.
So it could potentially,
but
you kind of looked at it though as the fork in the road.
Now you've got the IRS out on your tail, and you literally just have to share with them, it's whiskey. I bought and sold whiskey.
Well, that being said, though, in their publication 17, which is like the taxpayer's guide they put out every year,
Capone,
they have in it like
this was around since Capone.
Here's guidance for stolen property. You have to report the income for things you steal in the year you stole it, unless you return it to the victim in the same tax year.
Yeah. Okay. So let me do these for the rednecks here. Okay. Hey, rednecks out there. If you steal something of any value and you don't return it to the owner by the end of the year,
which I mean, it's December 3rd. So
or January 3rd.
That's what I meant.
You're already screwed. Here's the deal. Just heads up, like this year, just try not to steal anything unless you're prepared to pay taxes on it.
You know, also in the same publication, it has like income from illegal activities, your income from illicit drug sales and other illegal activities is reportable income. Like
now, what if you steal like a girlfriend or something?
It does say fair market value. So
what?
Yeah,
I don't understand what you're saying. I don't know what you're saying.
That's how you have to price it. You have to like, so say you stole like a TV on Black Friday. Yeah, right.
Let's just say you and I are in fifth grade.
What's fair market value? Is it like the $700 regular? Or is it the $400 Black Friday price?
Let's just say you and I are in fifth grade. We're on the swing sets.
We were in fourth grade a minute ago, but now you've upped it to fifth grade.
Well, you were great. You were a great because in fifth grade you swang really well.
You were trying so hard not to say you were a great swinger.
Yes, because I'm trying to be better, Will.
I appreciate that about you.
I was trying. Because I started off so well, I was like, if I call him a good swinger right now, and then I also said fifth grade. I don't think you should say those things.
No, that's fair.
So here's the deal, and he gets the girlfriend because you're so good at swinging. This is not working. And I steal her. Am I required to return her and not pay tax? So you're saying, so what would could we just call it cool and be like, yes, it was it's $1 or something, just so I don't have to pay taxes on it, like an automobile you get from your mom?
Oh, crud.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was trying to test you real quick, but you hit me right as that. I was going to see what Venmo had, and it popped up something, but I clicked it as you touched me, and so you just got a free $1.
I got $1?
Yeah.
What?
Well, I was trying to see what happened with Venmo when you hit pay, and I hit pay because I didn't really care about your fifth grade analogy of stealing your girlfriend.
Okay, well,
but so hey, Venmo me that $1 back and see what happens.
I love that it's public and you just called it test. So
we're seeing
everybody add us on Venmo, man. It's the new social network.
Click pay.
I'm gonna click pay right now, and then I don't pay you apparently. Is it William Haynes 6?
I hope so. And everyone else out there.
Haynes.
Everyone else test it.
Send Will $1 right now with a message, and that's way better than a super chat.
Yeah. Okay. Send me $1.
No, well,
Click
I'm not
one.
sending you a
Yeah, I just sent you $1.
Test back, baby.
All right, now click pay, but don't hit it too quick. All right, just click that.
Just click that. Okay, so
Okay.
you have to turn it on.
Yeah, but if you're like me and I just quick sent, then
Yeah. So if I turn
Purchases.
buyer protection, there's a small fee.
so that's already adding fees, and you have to do.
Yeah. All right, I'm paying you that $1.
Dadgummit, everyone's requesting money from me now.
Oh, are they requesting $1 from you?
Dadgummit.
Yeah, that's not a super chat at all.
It's the worst super chat.
Who requested money? They're
Y'all
getting kicked.
see-
Y'all are getting banned right
y'all
now.
see
Who
people-
requested money? Was
I'm
it
not-
Ty?
I'm not calling
It
him
was
out.
Ty. Freaking dude, that guy.
Y'all ever see people driving around says just married and has their Venmo accounts? Y'all have not seen this?
Yes,
This
yes.
is a thing people do.
Yeah. I should probably do like a dad joke
I
and then
thought
put
about
my Venmo name.
I just thought about putting just married all the time and seeing how much I get.
Shit, that's good. Oh, sorry. You gotta you gotta bleep that out on the. You gotta bleep that out on the.
It is good though.
on the
isn't it?
podcast one.
I also saw
No,
like, it's my
that's so great.
21st birthday.
By the way,
Here's
that
my
was 42
Venmo.
minutes in. By the way,
Buy me a drink.
because we don't need that because we need to be rated E for everyone. Hey, I'm gonna do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're missing out. Well,
Yeah.
they would look in there and they would see this and be like, "That's not married. That's he." Or no, they would be like, "No, that dude's been married a long time because he's let himself go."
Yeah.
You got it locked in. You don't have to do much.
Yeah. That's fair.
So anyway, all of that to say, the new regulations I think are going to play a part in it.
Well, that's the question. Do you
at
think
least making people think twice and maybe bringing it down a little bit? And two, there's people being arrested right now.
I don't think people notice it until next year
Oh, 100%.
when they get the 1099K
Yes,
in
100%.
2023.
Yeah, because there's only 74 people watching right now. And there's going to be like maybe 3 or 4 that
But
watch
I
it
would
later.
differentiate is that you said there are people being arrested by state authorities. So TBAC, the Tennessee Bureau of Alcohol, TABC, not TBAC, Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Control.
Got
or
a
something
guy
like that.
doing a pappy the other day. Well, it was a 10-year Van Winkle, but whatever.
Yeah, so there was a guy that sold. He was from Kentucky, and he met up at a local. It was a Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
Met up, got arrested, and got it was a misdemeanor charge against him. But so he got charged, and then there was someone we mentioned a couple months ago as a bouncer that got he put on Craigslist like a dummy. Like, why would you ever put something is not that I think it's like these closed Facebook groups are so much more secure, but it's like if you want to be like, the state agency's probably just Googling whiskey on Craigslist, just seeing what pops up. And be like, all right, this guy's selling the 10-year Jack Daniels. Let's go get him. And they got him. So
all that to say, I do think. And by the way, if you enjoy this kind of discussion, which I freaking do, I love talking this stuff out. I think it's very interesting. That's why we keep coming back to it. We're not doing a whole episode on it, but we're just doing a little thing tonight.
Yeah, I think it's
But if you enjoy it, share it. We'd love to grow because of our very dedicated and beautiful people that watch us live all the time.
And if y'all are watching and y'all do want to just Venmo me,
what happened?
You can just
you're gonna QR scan it.
You can just do that there.
No, you gotta tilt. It's reflecting.
Oh
my gosh, are you serious?
There it is.
Speaking of divisional shift, it's not working.
Yeah, well, it was funny.
Are you gonna donate that?
Donate what?
That Venmo money.
Good chance no one was able to scan that. I'm incompetent when it comes to that camera.
That is true. That one's not as good as yours.
I know, mine's great.
It is great. You look really good normally. Not today. So I'm saying when we go live, you don't look great.
Who's to say?
When you do your own videos, you look freaking great.
You want to go to the 15?
I would love to go to the 50. Anyway, I
think it could. I don't think it's going to lessen secondary sales. I think if anything, people are just going to start building in. If they start getting hit with the 1099K, they're going to build in a 30% surcharge.
Right. Yeah, you might see that shift.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I think a lot of people are just like, I'm kind of done.
It could be that.
Honestly, at that point, now it's a risk you know what I mean? And now you could be committing tax fraud.
Yeah, if you're, I mean, you were anyway.
If you get audited, right. No, I'm saying, but now you're getting the 1099 next year, and now you're in the situation like if I don't legitimize this,
yeah,
if you don't say what it is,
either that or you're just gonna have to eat it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you don't necessarily have to say what it is. You just, I'll pay the tax.
Yeah, miscellaneous income. And
miscellaneous income.
Just eat it.
Yeah, you won't have to itemize that. However, but I mean, if you get audited,
yeah, I mean, if
that's very rare.
Well, that being said, though, if you paid the max amount on that and you were audited and being like, I don't know what it was mostly cash transactions, and so I did. Yeah, and your rationale was
fair.
I know I probably overpaid by not itemizing it, but I didn't have proof, so I just paid the tax.
But here's the deal: a lot of people might not be that savvy to do it that way. You know what I mean? And so it's going to cause a lot of chatter online. It's going to cause a lot of fear. I think we're just going to see it chill. I literally think we've got 1 year in this bourbon boom. So if you honestly, if you've got a big collection, I would probably sell it.
Okay, first of all, this is a complete 180.
I would.
From the divisional shift conversation.
I would sell it all.
Folks,
it's about to go down.
Grease just said that there is no divisional shift coming.
No, it's not.
It's going to take a downturn. I will say the temperature for even like the raffles, of which I was very happy to participate in. I'm very happy with the whiskey I got. But there was I didn't really end up with FOMO. I didn't have this like, oh, I can't believe I didn't get a BTAC or something, like things that I normally really
wanted that WLW this year.
I would have loved to have had it, but I think in my head,
any reviews of it?
I think I just am happy where I am. I'm very zen with my whiskey right now.
Oh, 100%. I mean, some of our best pours were trumped mainly because it was with good people.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, I think maybe we're growing up.
I mean, we've had Wild Turkey 13.
Yeah.
Russell's 13 year or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Whatever it's
called.
It's
really good.
What else have we had this year?
Well, and I think that's what's funny about our top 5 whiskey or top 6 whiskeys of the year list is it's a very untraditional list.
No. I actually told somebody, I said, look, I didn't say Russell's 13 because it's on a lot of lists.
Yeah.
I thought the Remus 5.
You said Remus 5, which is on
no.
list.
Oh, 100%. But I also had a great story with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like I also knew that it was a redemption story for me, and I agreed.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Because I will say this. People online were saying, give it some airtime, give it some airtime. Even somebody posted on our YouTube video about it. They were like, yeah, bro, circle back, give it some airtime. And I did, and I had to be honest about it.
Yeah.
So I said it first. I got it out of the way.
All right,
I wasn't necessarily wrong. I just wasn't 100% right.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's go to the 15.
That's a new way of saying that. That's brilliant. Put that on a shirt, baby.
Let's go to the 15.
Let's do this.
Hey, you want to do this? All right, clean out your glass.
Clean it out. Hey, by the way, for patrons, if you're not a part of our Patreon, you should consider it because it's freaking great, and y'all are going to get some daggum freaking front seat info on some stuff this year.
What's that mean?
I'm telling you that big things are happening, and patrons are going to know about it first. So you might just want, heck, throw $5 at it. It's not expensive.
Yeah, that's fair.
All of those posts, you get it. Now, here's the deal. You know,
we also do an after party. Are we doing an after party tonight?
We're doing an after party tonight. However, Town Hall, I highly encourage you to do Town Hall, especially if you're coming to Whiskey Weekend.
Yeah.
Like, this is like, you've got like 2 or 3 more times before Whiskey Weekend on Town Hall, and you can get to know people so well.
Yeah.
It's a really cool experience. You can show up and already have 30, 40, 50 friends. It's great. Anyway, but that's patreon.com/thepodcast. We'd love for you to kind of come and join us and be a part of that community. We got some fun news coming. We do after parties at any level. That's after our YouTube lives. It's right now. We go live again, and we talk about stuff that we might not necessarily would want to say on a public forum. and maybe we dive into some other things. Like, oh man, remember that one time I wanted to say, that one thing and I didn't.
Grease is nothing if he's not a heck of a salesman, y'all.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. If you're into that, if you're into incriminating things, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
all right.
You saw that time, didn't you?
Stupid.
It was stupid. All right. So join us at patreon.com/thepodcast. We're doing a after party tonight. That's going to be super fun. We're actually just going, we're going to connect with you guys. And we've got 3 videos to shoot tonight. And after this, and we're going live during that. So you're going to get to see the uncut material. So then you'll get to see the whatever. And then also that link is live and you can watch it back later. So when our video comes out, you can be like, what the crap did they cut out? And then y'all can get mad at Patrick. Because everybody should be mad at Patrick. Anyway,
he has a face you can get mad at.
Patreon.com/thepodcast. Join us after party. Town hall level is the best level. I love Alec. By the way, Alec, I have your sample of Kentucky Al. I'm sorry I haven't sent it yet. We do random giveaways in there, especially if you're new.
Yeah, and it takes 2 years to get it, so you have to keep. It's actually a
oh yeah,
it's like a scheme. It's like, hey, I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna send it to you. So you stay in the.
It's actually upstairs now.
It's migrated.
Yes, like it's got to. Remember when it's got to go upstairs for. If I can get it to the kitchen, it will happen sooner than later.
All right. Okay. And we're back from the 15.
Some say we never left, Will.
I liked that. You had some grovel in your voice, son.
I've been known to grovel. I got both Patrick and Will with that. I just saw Patrick's like freaking like superstar shoulders or whatever you call them. What do you call them? Movie star. What do you call them now?
I just refer to them as shoulders.
Dude, I'm
pretty old
watched
school.
I watched some of Patrick's movies.
You told us that last week.
No, I'm just saying he's talented, bro.
Well, I'm aware. I've seen his edits.
I'm just saying when you go from being into movies to freaking running this crap shoot, I'm just saying there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions.
My favorite thing is the way Grease, you can deliver a backhanded compliment like no other human.
Yeah, but Patrick gets
me. Yeah, but
I mean, he walked away and he's grabbing a whole
bottle. Drinking.
He's not. That's barrel proof, Elijah Craig. No, I want you to have all of it.
As our buddy Hornswoggle would say, someone's about to get sleepy.
Somebody's about to get sleepy.
All right. So we're drinking on the 15 tonight. We've got Michter's single barrel straight rye. This is the 10-year-old straight rye. It's got the green wax top.
This was last year's. Was this 2020s or
2021? This is this most recent release.
Oh, great. Okay.
92.8 proof. The barrel number is 21. So 2021 F 1587.
Let me see this.
So
now, does a particular market, do you think a particular market, and I know we're not distributors, does a particular market get the same single barrel? Or is it kind of like split up around?
I'm guessing it's running off an assembly line and going into 6-packs. And
where those 6-packs land.
Yeah.
So you're probably,
I think they just start going off. And I feel like probably, it's grouped around.
But think about the old Kirk stuff. I mean, there's more of that though. There's a lot more of that.
What do you mean think about it?
I'm just saying those single barrels go where, it's not like it's not a sprinkle. I mean, I guess it's easier to say this whole pallet goes to this one location. Sure.
Stores are getting the individual single barrels.
Right.
Of that old Kirk.
Yeah.
Our store got three
of these.
Yeah. So it's completely, it's still going to a distributor.
Yeah.
They may, like, the distributor may not get a whole barrel's worth, or they may get 4 barrels worth, depending on the size of the market.
Right.
So,
right.
All that to say, I don't know what their managerial accounting is of their inventory, but they're,
I mean, it was a fair question for me to ask, but yeah,
are they using FIFO or LIFO or
LIFO.
Last in, first out, baby.
I probably should have learned that in business school.
Yeah, I mean, that's like something you learn your freshman year.
Right.
Yeah. It's like in the only accounting class you have to take.
Well, is that
or one of two?
I didn't think about it in terms of accounting. I was like,
Yeah,
thinking,
it's like
I was
it's
thinking like
accounting
warehouse.
of your inventory. Right,
I
inventory.
thought we were talking about like a port.
I'm not talking about like tax accounting or books accounting. I'm talking about
Dude,
inventory accounting.
Do you know how there's
this
like shirts?
There has been so much boringness in this episode.
Really?
I'm just talking about talking about the revenue code.
Oh, yeah, right.
Inventory accounting.
Holy moly, we're at a port. Oh my gosh.
Which, by the way, to 2022.
Do you think, because ports are in the shamble right now? It's not good at the ports.
They're in a shamble.
Do you think that if I made the shirt support our ports instead of troops, like, do you think that would fly? Not instead of troops, like the support the troops.
You know what? Let's roll the dice on it.
Support the ports.
It could go viral.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's just like,
it's like it's a pro infrastructure shirt, y'all.
Right. Yeah. And all you got to do is friends and family.
Because right now the ports are the front lines.
Go ahead and friends and family PayPal me and you'll get a shirt.
I kind of want to support the ports. I don't know if it's offensive or not.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it is either.
You need it needs to be a tanker that's got this American flag wrap on.
Why is it a tanker and not a cargo ship or a container ship?
I thought that's what's a tanker?
Tanker carries like crude oil in it.
Well, I think that's the same boat.
No, different boats.
Okay, well then the port, the one with the crate ones.
Yeah.
What's the crate ship?
A container ship.
That's a container ship or a cargo ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to support the ports, man. I want that shirt. I want that tattoo. Screw a shirt.
My favorite thing is that Grease has 0 tattoos exactly for this reason.
Oh, yeah. I can't decide on it. I've decided on one, but I mean, I don't know. Here's the deal, dude. Here's the deal. The mafia.
Do we want to review this and
yes,
we can get on?
Yeah.
Because Patrick's like, you know what? I don't want to be here all night long.
You know what? The mafia though could come in and mess all that up
and be like, we don't want your support.
Right. It could.
These are our ports. Grease.
It could get rough. And then I don't want to support the ports, and now I have a tattoo.
And they're like, Grease is on the.
Now I'll fix that tattoo with a good Brandon. And I'm not talking about Brandon. I'm talking about Brandin. Good old Brandon.
All right, so this is Michter's single barrel Kentucky straight rye. I did a fresh crack on this. So if you want to go back and watch that review, you can. I did a fresh crack on this channel. Oh,
what happened? Like, can you tell me what this to this was like? I feel like it was pretty good.
Yeah, I drank quite a bit of it.
Right.
I've liked it thus far.
I mean, do you have any? Is there a single memory here, or are the details that fun? Like, tell me about it. Is there a memory?
You know what
or is it just you and Samantha? Y'all polished off a bottle of wine and we're like, screw it.
Yeah, you know what the I'm going to get some whiskey is after wine is. Let me go get a nightcap. You want one?
Right. And she's like, yeah, I do.
We have a couple nightcaps.
What did she? You were live the other day, and Samantha came up in there, or town hall.
By live, it was
town hall.
Yeah.
And she came up in there, and she like took a really nice bottle of whiskey and like was walking out, and you were like, what are you doing?
Oh, it wasn't that it was really nice. It was that it was Kentucky Owl Rye Batch 4. And she doesn't typically like high proof. No, my shock wasn't that she was taking something nice, is she doesn't typically like high proof ryes.
You're okay with her taking something
nice. I
nice.
couldn't care less what she goes and get. I was just like, hey, I don't know that that's what you're looking for.
Okay.
And it wasn't. She goes, oh, what is it? Oh, no, I don't want to do that. So,
okay.
That being said.
Great.
Yeah.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
This is a very good whiskey.
Yeah.
The nose is the best quality.
Nose is really good. It's got a lot of oak on the nose.
The finish lingers. However, it's it's a watery linger. Like it's not.
Well,
sticking
did you
with-
drink
Oh,
George
this
T.
is-
Stagg?
This is 92.8 proof.
I said that. Did you drink George T. Stagg a minute ago?
No,
You didn't pour it.
no, I didn't.
Okay, I was making sure you didn't because I think you may have.
I poured this thing that says "F it." And
Oh, I know what that is.
what is it? It's a Knob Creek or something.
No, it's Hazmat Elijah Craig.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you know what I'm going to tell you?
That's worse than George. Okay,
No, it's got a watery finish.
Right.
Yes,
okay.
because this is double the.
I'm
that's
glad we-
double the alcohol.
I'm glad we figured that out. You know what I mean? That would have, you know.
Yeah, I'm upset now.
I know you're upset. It's fine. Will.
I really like this.
Don't-
Clearly, I've drank a good amount of it.
Don't get upset, Will. Okay.
Okay, I'll try not to. I was trying to look what I paid for it.
Dude, you
I
know
think,
what?
I think it was like 130.
We haven't gotten a super chat in a really long time, so I feel like we should do
Do
a
a
giveaway.
giveaway?
Not tonight.
Yeah, next week. No,
In 2 weeks.
in 2 weeks there'll be a giveaway. We'll announce what it is.
Well, what? I mean, I feel like we should tease it right now.
Well, what is it?
I don't know. I'm looking around. Well, we can't do Four Roses because Preston will win it. He does it
Okay.
every time. He does it every time.
I was gonna say we should do a Four Roses.
And like literally, if I do a Four Roses and Preston wins another freaking Four Roses, like people are gonna burn my house down because I give my address out to too many people.
It's true.
It is. I mean, it's less.
Oh,
it's-
I remember what we were gonna do on the 15th and we didn't do.
what?
Your Christmas present.
Oh, we didn't do that.
Yeah,
We should just do a video on it.
that's fine. No, we're gonna do it in the Battle of the Birds.
Well, but you're right. Dude, what about
what
like
if we give away that Basil Hayden's rye?
what about like an OWA pick or something?
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Which one? I don't want to do that one. Oh, dude, this is a 2017. I don't want to give that one away.
No, definitely not.
Don't do that one. That one's Stitzel.
What about that special
Oh.
reserve pick?
What about a Weiss liquor?
Yeah,
This was a Harlan Wheatley pick too.
yeah, those are good, and that's a Weisslicker
Yeah.
in East Nashville.
Well, hang on. We can't. So when we do the giveaway, we're just going to give away a decanter,
Yeah, or
And it may or may
or
not
a box.
and it may or may not come with something.
Yeah, we'll do that in a couple weeks.
yeah.
Andrew West, Happy New Year, my friend.
I think there's some. Speaking of like IRS and all this stuff. Happy New Year, Andrew West. He asked for our mailing address the other day.
That sounds sketchy.
It is sketchy.
I'd allow it though.
I don't. From what I understand of Andrew, it's not going to get through customs. There's like 0 dark 30 chance.
So, other than this is $130 by bar
As it
pass.
stands right now, post Elijah Craig hazmat. This is a bar.
I'm a solid bar on it.
You're a solid bar.
I'm not a.
You're not even a buy.
I'm not a buy.
Okay, well let's talk about it.
I really like it, but as you're saying, it's $130 for 92.8 proof.
Yeah.
I think that there is. I mean, now it's 10-year-old rye. It's good. It's really good, but it's
Dude,
just.
I
so,
bet if we put our shark repellent pick next to this, it would literally take a dump on it.
Yeah, and that's almost 9. It's 9 years old, right? Our shark repellent.
Yeah, it's almost 9. Yeah,
Yeah. So
it's
I mean,
almost a 9-year rye.
oh, and this is 10 years old. It's just expensive. It's pretty, but you can get a pour of this at a lot of bars. This is actually one that you can find at bars. So
Yeah, at
I'd
least
say-
it probably
and
for the
you
next
know
6
what?
months.
you'll enjoy. No, just always. I mean, because there's a good amount of these, and I feel like the restaurant industry gets these.
Yeah, the rest. Yeah, it's.
I
do see
prefer
it a
this to
lot.
the bourbon, the 10-year bourbon. I prefer this. But I would just say
I like the barrel proof rye.
the barrel proof rye is a buy. It's like $90.
It's so. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's expensive.
No.
This is more expensive.
The 10-year.
Yeah, single barrel.
The
Single
10-year
barrel.
weak sauce.
Single barrel. I mean, it's a really good whiskey.
It is a good whiskey. It's not $110.
I've had it's $130.
It's not $130.
That's the problem. It's too expensive.
I would probably pay if I hadn't done hazmat. I would probably pay. What would you pay for it?
This?
Yeah, $70,
$80, $70, $80.
Okay, that's
10-year age-stated rye whiskey.
Yeah,
yeah.
You can get
$70,
but you can,
$80.
well, I mean, I guess you can't get 10 years, but it's lower proof. I don't know.
It drinks great though. There's great
it does
flavor.
Drink great.
I didn't drink something high proof. There is a good finish, but and I mean honestly,
no. But
the reason I drank so much of it is because you can have multiple pours of this, and you're like,
totally,
and it tastes great. It's good, but it's just like,
here's my thought. This is a 10-year-old rye, dude. This is not the candy bomb that we traditionally see.
It gets a lot more oak actually in this,
right? With water in it. Now that could be a variation of a single barrel.
It probably depleted a lot of the sugar with the water, and you're just getting the tannins that you're tasting.
I like Michter's a lot, but here's the deal.
I really like this, but you know what? If I
can, they just rethink
if
it?
I paid $30 in a bar for a pour of this, it's like a special pour, I'd be like,
maybe
I was happy with that.
Maybe if someone
I've actually done it. Cam and I have gotten pours of this in a bar.
But Cam bought it for you.
I don't think he did.
He was trying to schmooze you.
I don't think he did.
It worked.
I don't think he bought it.
He owes me Blatant Bow 22, like a whole bottle of it, because he promised it to me.
I don't think so.
He's like, sign here and I'll give you a bottle. And I was like, sure,
that's accurate.
I'm pretty sure it is.
All right, folks. We're both a bar. You're a lean pass?
No. I'm a middle bar. I'm not.
That's right. I'm solid bar.
I'm not a solid bar at all.
Not. What do you mean middle bar is solid bar?
No, you're saying a solid bar is like, man, you're on the cusp of buying this.
No. By solid bar, I mean like
foundation. You're in the middle.
Right there. Like my bar is very firm.
Well, why did you say bar differently than I did? I just said bar, which means in the middle. You said solid bar.
Well, I'm just saying.
Tell me that people didn't get confused about that, saying you're like freaking like bar almost by.
People understand my words.
Because when I say it's solid, I'm saying it is freaking great.
This is an accurate statement. So Alberta Premium Cask Strength 2021 at $70 destroys that Michter's 10 rye. We actually had Alberta Premium Cask.
It's right here. I've got it right here. Yes.
Is it that one?
Yes.
Pour me
that was his, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Just a scotch.
Yeah. No, a scotch. A scotch. Yes, already on the nose.
Yes.
Already on the nose.
Oh my gosh. And listen to this.
Alberta Premium Cask Strength.
Here's the deal. If everybody listen, if you hear one thing tonight, listen to me right now. Alberta Premium is on its way to the United States, and or it might already be here. You need to grab as many of those ryes as you possibly can.
Most people already know about this before you.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, some people that don't know about it.
As a matter of fact, Andrew West gave us a bottle that we ended up crushing at Whiskey Weekend.
I know it was great, but it wasn't. I just feel like this year's is ridiculous though, because I've had it in the past. Was it good? Yeah, it was solid. This one for me. This one in a 12-person blind, essentially.
Our buddy Dustin is agreeing with you that it's scotch. I say scotch, just a scotch. I think
it's German. So yeah, you said it wrong.
I don't know, idiot. Oh, this is so. Yeah, back to why this is a solid bar. This is from Chris R. My local watering hole has those Michter's 10 years all the time for $23 for a 2-ounce pour. $23, 2-ounce pour at a bar. I'm very pleased with that.
22.
23 for a 2-ounce pour. Okay. I'm happy with that. I feel like I got a premium pour. I did well
for a 2.
I didn't drop $200 or $130
Look,
on it.
For a 2-ounce pour, you're going to pay that much in an airport for freaking I don't know, Four Roses Yellow label.
Right. Andrew West brought us it was the 20 year. Alberta Premium,
Well, yeah.
not the cask strength. So
Okay,
he
well,
was
yeah,
just clarifying.
Okay. Well, yeah, but I mean, 20 years sounds great.
Yeah, it didn't last 20 years. I'll
It
tell you
did.
that.
No, I mean, it did actually.
Well, in the cask,
It lasted.
20 years and a month.
Well, we don't know when it came out.
Right. We'll just
Was it a month?
spitball. All right, folks. Thank you so much for watching the podcast this week and listening to the podcast this week.
At the Real Grease on Instagram, at the podcast on Instagram for Will, patreon.com/the-podcast. Every time we go live on YouTube, we do an after party on there. We also have an awesome town hall group that has unlimited amount. We do Zoom calls, we hang out, we get close with people, we send out giveaways, we do all kinds of fun things.
Yeah, for sure.
And what else?
We
rate and review us on iTunes.
That's a good thing to do.
Give us a
subscribe
thumbs
to
up
this
on
channel. Give us a thumbs up. And as you said, support us on Patreon, patreon.com/the-podcast. The future is bright with things coming down the pike. We don't know Jack,
but we'll drink it.
Thanks, everyone.
You like that grit, though? You like that grit?
No.
Hey, here's the deal, everybody. We're about to send a link to everyone in our Patreon. We will send a link for the live after party. We love y'all. Thank y'all for being part of the discussion. Thank you for the chat. Thank you for the support. Share us with your friends. We love you. Good night.